Recently someone asked about Derringers, and I thought that was a great subject to talk about in a video. Let's talk a little bit about Derringers. Starting off with this one, which is the granddaddy of all of them. Now originally there was a guy named Deringer, and he made handheld small firearms, and that's what we're looking at right here. This is actually a real Derringer, what they call a Philadelphia style Derringer, made in the 1700s. This one is probably worth, well, in the neighborhood of $3,000. Extremely rare. This is actually not the same gun, but this is the same type of gun that Lincoln was shot with by John Wilkes Booth. It's a cap and ball, so you'd put the powder in, and then a wad, I guess, and then the ball. You'd ram it in with the little ramrod right there. You would put a primer cap there, and you would cock it back and shoot it until it's definitely ornate, very well made. There's just something neat about holding something like this, which is not only a piece of history, it's also a little engineering marvel. It's also very well made. It's a great example of craftsmanship and workmanship in the production of this thing. And again, this is the original Derringer, made by the guy with the name Derringer with one R. And it was very popular to have a small firearm like that one, and a lot of people started to copy it, and the name got misspelled and they became two R's, and that's where Derringers come from. Moving on in the history of Derringers, like I said, this is 1700s. We get into the 1800s, and now cartridges were developed, so we no longer needed them to be cap and ball, and we get the Remington Derringer. And this is a 41 rimfire Remington style Derringer made by Remington, and this one is marked Remington Arms UMC, so this is a later model, and it's the style that we're more familiar with these days, with the lever there, the barrels that tilt up, and the action. As I mentioned, this one is an original, and it shoots the 41 rimfire. Let's take a look at that. Probably as rare as the firearm itself, maybe even more so, is the old 41 rimfire ammunition. We have a couple of pieces of it here. Very rare. But rimfire, no primers, just like a large 22 caliber. I think these move around 400 feet per second, about half the speed of a 45 ACP. So we have our original cap and ball Philadelphia style Derringer with one R, made by Deringer. Then we get the next, 100 years later, we get the Remington style Derringers in the 41 rimfire cartridge. Moving on from there, we get all kinds of different stuff. I have no idea the age of this one. It's just kind of a neat one. We can see its barrel sort of twists out of the way. Of course, this one's seen better days, but the same idea. It uses a cartridge, single shot, single action, and exposed trigger, because the trigger doesn't do anything until you pull back the hammer. I have no idea where this one came from. I'm assuming something European, but that's one example. Another example of a style of Derringer is this one that twists out of the way. This one's a 22 short, so again it uses a cartridge. This one is Colt. It's made by Colt, and this is this is a newer example of a what I believe was the first little single shots made for the 22 shorts by Colt. Might seem impractical, but it is one shot. It's better than nothing. Yet another type of Derringer action is this one, the twist, and its barrels twist, and you can load it on the side there. There's a little release down here at the bottom. It's an interesting little style of Derringer. Then we've got the modern day remakes of that Remington style. This one's in 30. This one's a 9mm. We've got a similar one to 38. This one's in 32 auto. So lots of these. We wish we had some of the other examples. Of course, the Cop Derringer is a iconic Derringer with its 4 barrels. There's the various Pepperbox styles. And then more recently, we have the North American Arms Revolvers, which are sometimes called Derringers, which I assume is because of the size and shape, which is pretty similar, in fact sometimes smaller than an actual Derringer. But again, I would consider these revolvers and not actual Deringers. But again, those are available in lots of different sizes and shapes. So that's a little information and some eye candy with small handheld pistols that are called Deringers. Hope you enjoyed a quick tour like this, and as always, thanks for watching.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.